So we are here to present to you our end semestral project in the Basic Occupational Health and Safety Engineering. So we're going to discuss about the Artesyn Embedded Technology. So Artesyn Embedded Technology is an advanced energy product brand and is well recognized as a global leader in the design and manufacturing of highly reliable power conversion solution for a wide range of industries, including communications, computers, server storage, and such. So it is located in one of our Laguna in Laguna Technopark, Santa Rosa, Laguna. But they also have a facility here in Cavite Export Processing Zone here in EPSA in Rosario, Cavite. So moving on.
So let's start with the demographic. 1 is number of population, 2 population by age, and then population by gender. Next. Daily in and out goers, about more than 3,000 employees and workers daily log in and log out. Population by age. Ages 18 to 30, almost 1,000 employees or 30% of the company's population. And then ages 31 to 42, about more than 1,100 employees or 35%. And then ages 43 to 54, about 800 employees or 25%. And then ages 55 to 65, about 300 employees or 10% of the company's population. And then therefore we conclude that mostly in companies, the population is composed of middle-aged workers.
So as was shown in the graph, the majority of the graph
Next.
is filled with ages 18 to 30, with ages 31 to 42 and 43 to 54. So it's composed of middle-aged workers.
And then population by gender. It is composing of 1,800 males or 56.25% and then 1,400 females or 43.75%. Next. Housekeeping. 5S plus 1 or 6S philosophy. And then we also have implementation of 6S philosophies. 6S philosophies contains of sort, paghihiwalay, set in order, pagsasaayos, shine, pagiging malinis, standardize, pagpapatupad, sustain, pagpapatuloy, and safety o pag-iingat. Sort, paghihiwalay, focuses on eliminating unnecessary items from the workplace, identifying what is needed and not needed. And then set in order o pagsasaayos, effective and efficient storage method, leveling items and arranging in order so they can be easily picked. Shine, pagiging malinis, thoroughly clean the working area, daily follow-up of cleaning and having general cleaning. And then we also have standardize or pagpapatupad, maintaining high standard of housekeeping, maintaining cleanliness and orderliness. Next. And then we also have sustain o pagpapatuloy, always follow and standardize procedures until it became a habit. And then we also have safety or kaligtasan, identify safety problems and the root of causes. Ibig sabihin dito na sa buong 5S, kailangan natin yon for our safety, which is the sixth of our 6S philosophy. And then the sustain one is to gawin lahat ng rest of 4S, which is kailangan nating ipagpatuloy lahat yon until it became a habit o maging gawain na natin siya every time para yung safety natin. Next.
So
and then this is their copy of the 6S that we are discussing earlier. And this is the working area of Artesyn that we are discussing, and we can see that the equipments are set in order and cleanliness is observed. Material handling. We also have lifting guidelines, handling equipment, and safety protocols. Next. And then we have the lifting guidelines that we must follow for us to avoid injuries and then avoid hazards in our workplaces. Manually powered handling equipments, which is ginagamit natin to pagka we are lifting heavy loads or we are transporting heavy loads into one place to another. And then mechanically powered handling equipments, which is we are using this equipment to lift heavy loads and to put them into higher places in the shelves. Next. And then we have safety protocols, maintaining correct posture, which is we needed to having a straight body when lifting loads, and lift in careful and deliberate manner, which is that's why we have that lifting guidelines. Use correct grips when lifting. Kailangan meron tayong grip dun sa binubuhat natin kasi pagka wala it may result in falling the load or we have an injury. Get assistance when carrying a heavy load, which is that's why we have a lot of workers in the company for us to get help to. And then watch for obstacles in pathway. Kaya rin tayo may safety lifting guidelines para makita natin or habang binubuhat natin yung load, nakikita pa rin natin yung dadaanan natin. And if possible, reduce load. Hindi natin kailangan puwersahin yung katawan nating magbuhat ng masyadong mabigat para lang mapagbilis yung trabaho natin. Which is kailangan natin siyang bawasan para mas mapadali natin gawin yung trabaho. And then make use of available handling equipment, which is kaya meron tayo nung forklift na mechanically powered and then yung manually powered, which is yung kailangan natin siyang itulak ng sarili natin na gagamit tayo ng ating lakas. And then conduct maintenance for handling equipments. Kailangan lagi natin kine-check if nagana pa ba yung rollers or yung gulong ng manually powered handling equipment natin or meron or walang kalawang ganun para mas mag-ayos natin siya magamit. Next. Material storage. And then a company must have at least two fire exits that have fire extinguisher, fire alarms, and then water sprinklers, and a company also have a proper ventilation and lighting.
So, fire safety. Under fire safety, we have early warning devices, fire safety equipment, protocols, fire safety training programs. So, under early warning devices, we have these two devices, which is the smoke detector as well as the fire alarm. So, smoke detector works by when there is a smoke tends to rise up. So, when that smoke reaches that fire detector, fire detector will set off an alarm that will let every single person on the building of the company know that there is a fire present in that building. So the other device is the fire alarm, wherein if a person witnesses or if he knows that there is a fire present in that building, he can pull off this lever. He can pull down this lever, and by pulling down this fire alarm, it will set off an alarm that will also let every single person in the building know that there is a fire going on inside that building. So with these early warning devices, people can know that there is a fire present in that building, and they can evacuate to safety immediately. And if the fire is small enough, of course, they can use the fire extinguishers, water hoses, and other sorts of material other sorts of ways to put out that small fire. So as I was saying, these are the fire safety equipment that the company have, wherein they have water sprinklers, they have water hoses, they have fire extinguishers, as well as those emergency fire kit. So water sprinklers works in a way that if the smoke detectors detected smokes, then those water sprinklers will open and it will sprinkle down a series of water to put out the fire. So the other one is the water hose, wherein it is used by the people to put out the fire immediately and directly. And we also have these fire extinguishers, wherein it is used to put out small fires. So as I was saying earlier, this emergency fire kit have a thick set of clothes that is similar to that of a firefighter, wherein it can be used to when going inside a building that is on fire. And inside that cabinet, we also have the loudspeakers, that megaphones that they can use to guide people outside, as well as let every single person know that there is a fire inside that building. So these are the protocols that is implemented. So in case of fire, workers are to immediately ring and activate the fire alarm, as well as once they activated and let other people know that there is a fire going inside that building, they should evacuate to safety or outside that building. So it's staying low on the ground to avoid inhaling the rising smoke, because smoke tends to rise up and the oxygen stays down below. Workers and other employees should keep their heads down below and inhale the oxygen down below, because the upper portion is filled up with smokes, and inhaling smoke causes dizziness and nausea. So feel if there is a heat on the doors to know if there is a fire behind that door. So by feeling, because doorknobs is highly conductible by heat, so they conduct heat easily. So if there is a fire, those doorknobs tend to rise in temperature. So by feeling those doorknobs, if they are hot, you can know that there is fire behind that door. So if there is a fire behind that door, then it is not accessible to go outside. However, if the doorknob is not hot, or if it is cold, then you can know that there is no fire behind that door, and that is a safe exit out that will lead you out to the outside of the building. So for small cases of fire, make use of what is available, either a fire extinguisher, because those fire extinguisher, a water hose, a damp cloth to cover the fire, as well as cover the fire with sand. So fire safety training program, so seminars for safety training and fire prevention. So those the employees are set for seminars for them to know the in and outs, or the know-how when there is a fire. They know how they should act before, during, and after a fire, as well as they know how they should help each other, and how not to cause panic when there is a emergency. So periodically assessment of readiness. So this as it says, it assesses the level of knowledge as well as experience of the employees in case of the fire in the building. So the last is quarterly fire drills. So these quarterly fire drills set these people gave these people experience as well as knowledge when there is a fire. So when there is a real fire, they can know what they're going to do, and they should know how they're going to act in times of those emergencies. So these fire drills increases their knowledge as well as experiences regarding fire emergencies. So electrical safety. Look out for the signs of indicating high voltage. So machines that use high amount of electricity tend to have a sign that says keep out, there is a high voltage. that let people know that the place that you're in is dangerous, that it is filled with high electricity. So keep out of those areas and location with electricity generators and such. Wear appropriate working attire when doing electric work. So as it shows in the picture, the person is doing welding, but he is doing so with appropriate working attire. So he wore his glove. He has a long sleeve, as well as the mask or helmet to cover his face from the discharge of electricity. So occupational health. So under occupational health, we're going to discuss the common health problems inside the company, the health measures that the management do for the common health problems, as well as the assistance program that the company provide for the employees. So common health problems, the common health problems are the neck and back pain. So of course you are sitting down in the chair for a long period of time, from morning until the afternoon. So you tend to arc your back. So this puts pressure on your neck. So sitting for a prolonged period of time, this will in turn hurt or will cause back pain. So neck pain and back pain. So other things that they suffer from is stress, of course, headache, because they are looking to the screen for a prolonged period of time. So it causes hypertension, eye strain, and of course, for worse, is depression. Because of too much pressure, too much stress on the workplace, they suffer from depression. And also because they are sitting from morning to afternoon till the evening, so they don't have time to exercise. They don't have time to move their bodies, so they suffer from obesity. Okay, so health measures. The health measures that the company provide to their employees. So they provide healthy foods that are served in the company canteen. So even though they are not exercising, even if they are sitting for a prolonged period of time in their chairs or in their desks, they can still have nutrients that their body needs to function. So these healthy foods provide them the nutrients for them to work efficiently, for them to still be able to continue working from morning to afternoon. So available company clinic to prescribe the right medicines. So meaning that if there is a employee who go into work and he or she is sick, so he can go to the clinic or the infirmary, and the nurse in that the nurse in that clinic, just like in Artesyn, will provide them with adequate medicine and prescribe them with proper medicine to alleviate their pain or alleviate their illnesses. So it helps them by lessening their pain and stress that they are suffering from. So breaks in the morning and afternoon to alleviate stress and fatigue. So they have time to go out and have some fresh air. So by doing so, they can alleviate the stress and fatigue that they are suffering from from the whole day. So with this method of breaks, they can rest up for a short period of time and prepare to go back to work again. So these are the assistance program that the Artesyn provides for their employees or for their workers. So social security system. Social security system, or SSS, provide social security to workers and employees. For example, is for when there is a maternity in hospitals, or when you have an illness, or for retirement, or for funeral or death benefits. They also give loans to the education, housing, and businesses. So PhilHealth. So this PhilHealth is a kind of insurance. So it is an assistance insurance based on a person's health needs through their lifetime, or in case where a person is in need of medical attention. So this insurance cover up for their medical expenses. So it helps them pay up their bills. So it helps them pay up for their expenses in the hospital when they undergo surgeries, or they have a child delivery or other medical treatment. So those those are covered by the PhilHealth. So Pag-ibig or the excuse me, the Home Development Mutual Fund. So it provide assistance program for affordable housing financing. This help encourage people to have a saving for which they can use in the future to secure their life. So these Pag-ibig take out a portion of their salaries and save up those portion of salaries through years, and those salaries will grow and in turn will grow, and that growth in money that they invested for years, they can claim that after 20 or so years, that they can use for their future plans or for their retirement plans. So observation and solution. The employees follow and practice the 6S. They attend so as was shown earlier, they practice not just the 5S but the 6S. So before going to work, when they just got to work, they clean up, and before leaving work, they also clean up. So they have a general cleaning and standardized schedule of cleaning. So it's they're doing cleaning without them being told to. They do it voluntarily. So they attended training to enhance their skills and expand their knowledge. So the company provide them with trainings for them to have more experience and to know such technicalities in their field of work. So they undergo seminars for earthquake and fire emergencies, know the basic protocols for fire emergency and operating of fire extinguisher. So because of the seminars that they go to, that the company provide them, so for they can gain knowledge, adequate knowledge and experiences for them to know how they should act before, during, and after the said emergency. So because of those seminars, they can now know how to use a fire extinguisher. So health problems are heard and the management compensates and offers solutions. So because the company employees suffer from these health problems, the company provide them with solution and not just let them suffer on their own. So the company hears the complaints or is caring with the lifestyle and healthcare of their employees. So lastly is provide assistance program for the employees. So they're providing assistance program including the SSS, PhilHealth, as well as the Pag-ibig. So again, those are insurances that help them save up money as well as have and give them loans for their education plans, for their business plans, or when they are planning to buy or build up a housing. So that sums up the report that tackle on the Artesyn embedded technologies. So thank you for listening.